If they want
Thank you so much for staying tuned. Well, for this second discussion segment is all about what is going on. We'll talk about fuel pump price, price of petrol. But I've observed that there is this systemic increment, or increase in the price of petrol, and people have been talking about it. You get to hear about a filling station. You get to take a look at the meter. At first, it was 162. All of a sudden, it went up to 167, then to 170, 175, 178, and counting. From the fillers we're getting right now, we're told that it may get to as high as 195 or 190. But people like asking what is really going on. Some even projecting 200. What do you think will be the implication on Nigerians, the impact this will be having? With me here in the studio is a vibrant youth here, an entrepreneur, an architect. Join me to welcome Theodos Irabo. He's also a politician. Theodos, welcome to TMI Monday's edition.
Thank you very much, Wilson, and good morning to our viewers at home.
Right. We still have Harrison Ezeko here with us in the studio to share his thoughts and, of course, his opinion on this issue. Let me start off with you, Theodos. What do you feel about all this? There have been no official statement or comment from the federal government about what is really going on. And right now, we see marketers increasing the petrol price, talking about fuel pump price from the normal price stipulated by the federal government to what they are doing right now, as high as 175 naira per liter. Theodos.
The truth of the matter is that what is even federal government price right now? This all knows dive into government not being responsible, citizens not being responsible, the National Labour Congress not be responsible. The truth of the matter is that when this administration, they were campaigning in 2014, they made a lot of promises. They told us that fuel is going to move from 97 naira to 45 naira. That is the kind of Nigeria that we should think about. I remember when the former president, Goodluck Jonathan, told us that the money we are paying for subsidy is getting too much. For that reason, I'm removing subsidy. And when he removed subsidy, it was 145 naira. And that bettered the Save Nigeria group that led protests that shut down this country. And along the line, the president reviewed it and brought it back to 97 naira as at then. Now became 97. And there was subsidy reinvestment fund. This fund, we saw a lot of buses. We saw Shopee. People were clearing our bushes, as in along the road, those bushes that are along the road. They employed youth. They were paying them with that subsidy reinvestment fund. Today, Buhari told us that there is nothing like subsidy. To him, that is a scam. Today, we are paying as high as 175 naira. We are still paying for subsidy. And the problem we're having is with the citizens. Nobody is talking. Nobody is occupying the street. The people that are supposed to champion this, the NLC, are folding their hands. They are not doing anything. The last time they were threatening, we'll go to court. We are going to protest. They now got a court injunction. I think this government, they systematically schemed Nigeria out of the whole setting. First, when they came in, they divided the NSC into two fractions. So right now, the NFC, they don't even have a voice. There's no focused leadership. When you are discussing with A, B will collect money. B will tell you, no, we are not involved in this. A will tell you, okay. They've so much fragmented the NLC. And these are caused that we don't have a voice anymore. Your minimum wage is 30,000 naira. If I work, for example, if I'm working in Unibank and I stay in Airport Road and I received it, how much will it take me to go to work every day? I will spend up to 1,000. That means all my money, I'm using it for transportation. These people are so insensitive. Nigerians are also too docile. Even my party, PDP, have not done enough in this. You know why? Because we have to look at this whole thing holistically. We have not played enough opposition role to put this government in check. How can you keep increasing fuel price on a daily basis? We already gathered that they are going to peg it in 200. All this one is not just to raise eyebrow. Today they add 2 naira. The next day they'll reduce it by 1 naira. Before you know, they'll add 7 naira. What sort of game is going on here? And nobody is talking. You buy 5,000 naira for it will not get a quarter tank of your car.
All right.
Not in the life situation in Nigeria. I don't understand.
All right, because right now the federal government have not commented on this because they still maintain their former price. I'll come back to you, Theodos. Harrison, what are your views and opinion on this? Because, like, you know, it's systematic. Just adding a little amount of naira to the original amount, and now it has gotten up to 175 according to the meter reading in some filling stations. It's like it's not normal, so Nigeria just can't pinpoint what is really going on. It's systematic.
About what? It's a pity. You see, we are just running a country as if we are running a group of people in the jungle where you don't even know where the information comes from. Everybody do whatever he likes, and if you are free, you get away with it. I bought this morning 175. Along Airport Road is 180. The mega filling station is selling for 162. And I was asking the boy, if you are selling for 162, you have 18 naira as a difference against whoever that is selling for 180. Even the few that they are buying from according to them, that they are buying from the private depot have increased to about 64 or 68. They will not bring in transportation and all that. I think it should have been able to also get to that level. It is people will take advantage of every situation and then to make the common man. The government, as we speak, I'm very sure that the federal government, the Boyland administration government doesn't even know that fuel have been increased in this country. I'm very sure. Because things happen, it look as if they don't even get the feeling, they don't even get the feeling of the people. You know, when you are coming into government, you want to get into power, you begin to make promises, and you have not done any research about where you are going to actually know that what is the situation. Yes, I have integrity, I have integrity. Integrity has brought you into power. Integrity cannot do the work. What will do the work is competence and capacity. And this is what we are lacking in this government. The man is a man of integrity, I give it to him. But integrity cannot do the work. So when we are vying into a political office, people should begin to look at competence, capacity. Whether the man is arrogant, that's not the issue. What is his training? What is his background? Where is he coming from? Can he deliver? You cannot be in a country. People will just sit down and decide what they are doing. The man at the center is otherwise. If you come for an interview, they will be asking you if anything have happened. Are you sure? And our people now begin to do their own part. The Nigerian Labour Congress, they are sitting, they are watching. The TUC, they are watching. Even the civil society. I don't know what have happened. Is it because that this government can actually pull everybody out of the society? That is the fear. There's so much fear. Nobody is talking. Nobody is doing anything. We are just managing it. You can imagine people will take bus from Ring Road to Ugbo, 200 naira. For just 200 naira. If you are buying 5 liters of fuel, because you must buy fuel on daily basis, the PDC will not give you like 5 liters, maybe you order a small generable like 3 hours. That is 1,000 naira for just about 3 hours. A bag of rice in the market is 30-something thousand. Minimum wage is 30,000 naira. My brother, Nigerians are dying. We all go to the same market. There is no market for PDP, there is no market for APC. Market is market. When you get there, the seller will tell you this is the price. Why can't we come together and deliver this country for the hand of this present administration? Because where we are, nobody is talking to you. Insecurity everywhere. My cousin will be getting married in Abuja next month. My brother, I am thinking as I'm here, I don't have money to fly. Me, I'm thinking, how will I pass that road? Everywhere you go to, all the sector, no area that you can say, okay, this is the area this government have been able to name up. We are just living as if we are just moving. Anything they say will follow. Oga, enough is enough. We cannot be buying fuel in Benin. Some people are saying airport for 180. Some are saying 175. That means the marketer on their own also have their own problem. They are also making the people. The DPRO who is supposed to monitor and regulate the activity will not tell them they don't want fixing price. They are all involved in all these things.
All right.
Because what a businessman, marketer want to make money.
All right.
Independent marketer want to make money. So it's not this business whether take advantage of the situation.
Now, talking about disparities in prices, different filling stations having their different pump prices. I don't think that is where the confusion lies. That nobody can really pinpoint where this problem is coming from. One sells for 180, other sells for 172. You get to the other one 169. I usually blame the government on all this disparity in prices. We won't talk about petrol pump price.
I can tell you the government is to be blamed. The government, they failed in their responsibility in controlling things, in governing the citizens. There are agencies set up for this purpose. What is the work of DPL? What is their duty? Their duty is to ensure they monitor, they implement, and they force your hand to do the right thing. Today, staffs of those of that parasata are being paid by this government, but nobody is demanding their duty, and nobody is following up on what is happening, because even those staff are being settled by this marketers. So what is their business? They are not the one buying. So since Nigerian people cannot talk for themselves, let them suffer. And at times, I will feel bad, but at the same time, I will still be excited, because these people came in and they deceived 15 million Nigerians to get into power. They promised heaven and earth. They told us that 1 naira will become $1 will become 1 naira. Today, we are buying it for almost 500 naira, and nobody is talking. The civil society, they've gone to sleep. Nobody is talking. Because if you come out, they will arrest you. See what they did in Lekki Tollgate. They will harass you. They will beat you, and nobody will come out to talk. It's unfortunate. Insecurity everywhere. The government will fold their hand. The banditry will be operating in the north. Make noise in the south. They will move soldiers there. They will beat you. They will burn your houses, and nothing will happen. This is government where impunity has come to stay.
Well,
and
many people not agree to that. No, not agree to that about impunity.
What I'm telling you, the citizens need to wake up at this time and say enough is enough. We can no longer take this. Things must be done properly. Buhari, as we say right now, if you ask him how much is it for a pump, he will tell you I'm in shock. He's always in shock. He doesn't know what is happening in this country. He wakes up every day, he's filled with our money, he's being paid. Over billions of naira is being budgeted for his food. He doesn't care whether a common man in the street eats or not.
No, you cannot say he doesn't care.
He doesn't care, because if you care, you will be concerned about what is happening.
And it's concerned.
You are taking over 300 and something million to barb your hair every year. I don't know what, if it's grass that is growing on your hair, is actually hair. Because it's funny what is going on in this country. How much does a barber charge for barbing? Even if you are barbing every day, right now, and you are paying 5,000 or you are paying 10,000 because you are a president, how much would that amount to?
All right, Theodore, I will come back to you, but please play down on the personal lifestyle of the president.
No, if this country must move forward, we need to work on all that.
Okay,
you
fine.
can't say we are borrowing to throw away the money. Does it make sense? Okay. If you are borrowing, you should use it for something that will affect the common people.
I'll come back to you, Theodore. Now, let's take a look at the rates NNPC is selling. Till date, they're selling for 162. That is a government-regulated NNPC. And we are heaping the blame on the government of the day. When NNPC petrol stations that are dispensing with the right price, at the right price, how come these private individuals are doing something different? Harrison.
You see, the issue of NNPC selling for 162, you know that NNPC is government. And what other private marketers go through, they don't go through it. For example, they have their personal truck, they don't pay for transport. They just go and carry on. When they want to also go and buy, they don't need to follow those normal bottlenecks to get there. So definitely they will get the product at first charge, and they can deliver at the right time. But what I'm looking at is the difference between what they are selling and what the private marketers are selling. 162, some are selling for 180. That you have 18 naira. Let's assume that where you are buying from, they've increased to maybe 164. And you buy 164, maybe you say, okay, another 4 naira for transport. Okay, let me add another 3 naira for profit. You can still sell between, you can still sell for 170. You understand? But what you are saying is that some will sell for 180. The very day I saw this thing along airport road, all the filling station along was selling for 180. If you just go there now, the only along airport road is 180. But Ugbo just now, I saw one there 175. Where I bought for when I was to lose by. So this stagger, is it that your home you're not selling the way you buy? Because we are not buying in the same place. If I buy my own, I can sell the way nobody disturb me. So our concern is the regulatory body. The only thing that we have fixed price in this country before is this fuel. At least government can say, okay, this is what we are asking you to sell. But today what you see is that if this one is selling for this amount, this one will sell for this amount. We are not even talking of the standard of the pump now. You are selling high and your pump is still not giving the right meter to the people.
So right now you're putting the blame on these private marketers.
The government have the bulk of the blame. While the private marketers on their own level is making the people. Everybody was in church yesterday, Thanksgiving, hey, hooray, we have this, we have good money, you are donating money. You are making the people. Because if you are taking advantage of this to make more profit for yourself, you are making the people. Government on their own should be able to come out and tell Nigerians this is the price of this commodity. And anybody that sell above this price, the regulatory body will arrest the filling station and go. And also let them know that this is, also meet those people who are selling from there, the private depot and all that. This is the price supposed to sell for these people. Because about one, we don't refine this product here. Our major problem is that all our refineries are not working. So when people spend their money to import it, refine it, they will sell at they want to make profit. So private individuals who are in this business, they are into business for profit. It is government that will help us. The mega station, I think the one in Sabah is all the major one we have here. Some other one is just franchise. If you really want to actually make this thing work, if you should have at least 5 or 6 per city. So that those private marketers will now know that if they increase their own above the normal price, people will go to this area. If everybody go to mega and they will be queued, they cannot buy. That is why we are still going back to these people to buy. So government must come out openly and tell Nigerians, this is what we are selling, this is the price.
All right.
So now, that we can monitor at our own level.
Now from what you said, the private marketers, they seem to be the problem. Because even if there is an increment in dispensation of this product, the specific amount you need to add, you still make profit. How come this is becoming astronomical when you talk about fuel pump price in regards to the masses?
I think I will still blame it on the government. When you don't have policy, anything flies. I'll tell you, during Jonathan reign, he should just go back, take Jonathan as a model, and this country will be good. You know what he did? During that subsidy reinvestment, he created NNPC in each local government.
In each local government,
there was NNPC filling station. The reason was that if you are selling for 170 and you know NNPC is selling for 162, people will be there. And will you drink your product? You won't. So you'll be forced to sell at that rate. And secondly, there is off-takers in the marketing. Those government generates. Government is the one that will import. That's where subsidy, though it's independent marketers, but government regulates it. That's why you hear government is owing independent marketer billions of naira, because they are the one that tells them bring so quantity to the country. So when it gets to the country, there are off-takers, people that government sell to at a very cheap rate. So if NNPC is selling 162, everybody should be able to sell for that, because that's not the price they are buying. There's off-takers price before you now go and sell to other people, and those ones, the chain will not continue. So after that, if you can't regulate this, also force the marketer by creating NNPC, servicing it, ensure that they have product at every time. That will bring competition. So if you don't want to stay in the queue and you decide to buy for any amount, that's your own headache. But let's have an alternative that you are sure, okay, with this, you force people to ensure they sell for that regulated price. You cannot just sit down and think this will happen. You need people that will sit down, strategize for you, think for you, and act. We know that you are not thinking. So get people to work for you, not politicians. Buhari actually failed when he decided to use politicians as ministers, as everybody. No professional there. What does Amechi, a lawyer, know to handle transport business? What does Fashola a barrister, know a lawyer also knows to handle works. This is a failure. Where during Jonathan you have architect Mike Connolly, an architect handling works, square peg in a square hole. But right now you just carry one person from one area, you throw him into this field, carry this one, and they are busy trying to learn with the job. No competence, no capacity. Why won't you fail? Ukojuwela was he coordinating minister, economic minister for Jonathan. And today you have seen how the world have celebrated that. You need your best brain. We have a lot of people that can pilot the affairs of this country and take us to an enviable height. Not you playing politics with everything. Politicians will always have their role. Give a politician that is a technocrat, push him in. But the ones that are politicians, leave them as politicians and give them contracts. And ensure that they are being monitored. You must not put somebody because he worked for me is the reason I got so number of votes from this area. You compensate him with the lives of people. We are suffering today because of incompetence in this government. You might be dull as a person, but when you have people, intelligent people around you, you'll be seen as an intelligent man because you know you are gathering wisdom from the best. When you come out as an intelligent person because you've gotten information from an authority. Not you that is docile. You also have people that they don't know their right from their left. All right. Settle.
Okay. Tell us, this I say, watch your emotions. Beginning to get a better part of you right now. Calm down. Calm down. Okay. Calm down. If you take a look at Edo State, way back, we have these petroleum task force regulators. They go from one filling station to the other, making sure that these filling stations, these private marketers, they dispense fuel at the right price. What is happening now?
Well, I think we are going to advocate for that. Thank God the government have not constituted its cabinet. Because the way we are going, some people will begin to sell for, we don't even know what is happening in all those rural areas. Right. If they can sell for 180 in Benin, I'm sure that they finish in Orion, they will sell 250. They will sell 250 because nobody is there. They have no choice. They must buy.
And they keep blaming government.
So that is why, no, it's still government in a way. Because if the policies are there, if we have a monitoring team that will be able to go around, and these people will adjust that they are metered by themselves. They are just taking advantage that, hey, maybe it's only 2 acts from where they bought from. Okay, it's time to make money. You know? So governments at the federal level, they are in charge. They must first of all come out openly, address Nigeria, let us know our pump price. This is what we are selling, and also let Nigeria know the problem the independent marketers are going through that will not make them to increase. If you are saying for transportation, per liter, you are adding 2 naira or 3 naira per liter, that will go for transportation, then your profit, this will go. At the end of the day, we can have a social number. They were only selling for 170, but we were not complaining 160 something. But for you to not be selling for 180, and you want to compare Nigerians that we must buy, because these are commodities that we use on a daily basis. Because of there's no light. If I'm driving to my house, I'm going home in the evening, you see people with Galatas will be running on queue to buy fuel to go and run generator. What kind of country are we living in? We're just every day. And you see the number of filling stations, every day people are bidding. If there's some money in the sector, why are they going into it? One of them said they are not making profit. You are not making profit. There's no street in there's no filling station. So it's an advantage.
Now, what about the regulators in each state?
Like I said,
the monitoring team.
They have a federal government monitoring team in Edo State.
What about the state monitoring team?
It's not the business of the state.
In some people, they have a federal government monitoring team. I even saw one of them spoke a few days ago that he was not saying, and they are not the one that fix price. You see, like he said, these people is a cartel. When this thing comes, they also go and pay loyalty. It is the man that doesn't know how that will go and lock your filling station. Even when they were very active, they select where they lock. Because there are some persons who have also put their boys there. You don't go there. So that is why we said it's a systemic failure. And government must be proactive to actually name this thing on the board. Make everybody to do their work. You don't need to be everywhere. Put the right people there. Let people do, if they are not doing the work, let people tell you cannot do this work, please. Leave the place. When you put people who don't understand a particular sector to go and begin to run the place, you will certainly have problem. One man said that in 6 months we will have light in Nigeria. When they want to take over power. In 6 months, Nigeria will have light. You are doing second tenure now. You are still in that ministry. As we speak, it's even worse than where we're coming from. So that is why competence is very key. You must have the capacity. I can't imagine me now. You now go and make me Attorney General at the same when I'm not a lawyer. So I will not be using my, I will be thinking, okay, now say one day, why will I function?
All right.
So that is why I want to appeal to the federal government of Nigeria that they should save this country. Nigerians are dying. People are hungry. Even the rich are crying as we speak. The money they have cannot even buy anything in the market. So where are we going to? And nobody is talking. That is my greatest fear. No, everybody is just keeping quiet.
Now, talking about the regulators, why I was talking about the regulators, say, look, it's a federal government problem, so to speak. But then way back in the days, we have state regulators that move from one place to the other. Yes, committee.
It's just a committee, but you don't have the power because you are not even in charge. You don't know how much you say. It's not the business of the state. It's like telling me that you have regulator for policing. Are you the one that appoints commissioner of police? No. So what power do you have? Your own is just to see, okay, what is going on so that you can report to the authority to act. You can't even act on your own. So you cannot peg this on the state. You will peg it on the federal that are failed to give us good leadership. That is where it is anchored on. And we must consciously, on our own as citizens, take responsibility. The citizens have failed. In as much as we have leadership problem, we have followership problem. And I think the followership problem is now becoming more than the leadership problem. Because if you don't demand for your right, and when it comes to the government to demand from you as a citizen for you to pay your tax, they enforce it on you and you pay. When it comes for them to tell you, oh, you must do this, police will set you and say, okay, your paper don't expire. If or your light is not working, even the car they are driving to stop you, they don't have light. But they will say, compare you and you do the right thing. So we should be able to compare the government to say, okay, you people are not doing this. We will not. That is why I was so pained. I was in Asaba 3 days ago. I saw my young friend. He said, I was in Ishan. I came to revalidate my APC medal. I said, shame unto you. Because you are one of the problems we are having in this country. You know why I say that?
If anybody chooses to revalidate, that's their own
that is
business.
What, yes,
so
I
you don't have that to say shame onto you. So just leave it at that.
I said on what ground are you revalidating?
What if that he wants to go
for
to
faith
PDP
promises?
to revalidate his own car?
Yes,
will you say shame onto
do you know that Nigeria today, if we can
would say that.
If you can take Nigeria back to 2019, we will celebrate Independence Day again.
2019?
Yes, 2015. If you can take Nigeria back to 2015, Nigerians will throw parties in all the streets. Imagine fuel being sold for 1997, a bag of rice being sold for 7,000 again. Do you think Nigerians will be happy or they will be sad? Obviously, they'll be happy. So if we can take Nigeria back to 2015, we'll actually be in heaven. We'll actually be in heaven.
Okay.
If you can take dollar back to 190, 189 against 400. If you are buying iPhone right now from abroad, it's actually cheap. But it's the conversion rate that will kill you. That is the problem if you are buying anything. When I started manufacturing of my pen, I buy empty bucket for 450 naira for empty bucket. Today, empty bucket is 1,200. How do you make profit? Calcium used to be 850. Right now is 1,002. Titan, which is the basic element for producing quality pen, when we started, it was 950. Today is 2,800 naira. How do you make profit? This thing, the whole system is collapsing. Things are going wrong. We are still suffering and smiling. I used to sell a bucket of paint for 25,000. Right now it's 40,000 naira if you don't buy it. Because it's not me that is doing it. It's how you are buying your chemical that you produce to resell. There is inflation everywhere. And nobody is talking. And the civil society, they are not doing anything. And I think the youth
which
body,
we are part of.
Yes, no,
you're smiling.
No, we need to
re-engineer.
We need to sit down and think about the future. We can't stay like this to 2023. Nigeria will be in fire. I can assure you that.
Okay, we pray. We'll just pray against that. Nigeria not being engulfed in flames, so to speak. Right now, gentlemen, you have 1 minute each to summarize. What do you think should be done in this situation? Because NNPC dispense at 162. That's a government NNPC filling station. Others are just taking laws into their hands. 1 minute each. What should be done?
The citizens should rise up. We should take government to ourselves. We should rise up and begin to ask questions, go to the streets Ask the government what is the problem. Because we cannot go to those private filling stations to go and demand for the reduction. So we have to face government. And NSC, TUC, all the labor union, I don't know what have happened. In as far as I'm concerned, in the history of this country, the present NSC chairman is the worst I've ever seen.
Hold on,
I'm sorry,
you
sir.
just can't cast aspersion on anybody.
Okay, let me withdraw it.
Please
But the
withdraw.
truth has to be told.
Yeah.
This man have not engaged the workers on any national strike. He will tell you one strike, after 1 week they settle, and that is the end. Up till now, the BDC, the increment that was made on the electricity bill is still there. We have increased fuel again now. He have not even make any public statement. So please, Nigerian workers, we are appealing because the workers go to the same market and the government are suffering. Let us engage government. Let us go out to the street and tell the government we are dying.
Thank you so much, Harrison. Third us, 1 minute.
I think at this point, there must be civil disobedience. Civil disobedience in the sense that Nigerians have to take their destiny in their hands. We must all come out to the streets and demand for good governance. These people are sleeping because we are sleeping. We need to be awake to wake them up from their slumber because that is the only way forward at this moment. We must demand for good governance. And I know if we demand for it, they will wake up from their slumber.
Thank you so much. Civil disobedience is like a rule against the law that would only go down with the government of the day. There are ways you can really go about it without being disobedient to the government, so to speak. Well, thank you so much, gentlemen. I appreciate your wonderful analysis. Whatever you heard them say here is their opinion. It has nothing to do with ITV. Now, there was a report on the Vanguard newspaper about a breaking news, so to speak, about the release of the abducted Kagara school children. Let's wait for the government to really address that issue if that report on the Vanguard newspaper is true, if they've been released. We'll keep our fingers crossed. We'll watch. We'll keep you updated on that issue. We'll go on a break. We'll be right back. Do stay with us.